The National Science Board. After World War II, the Truman administration agreed that the United States needed new knowledge to meet the challenges of the Cold War. The National Science Foundation Act of 1950 established the foundation and the National Science Board and states that the foundation shall consist of a National Science Board and a director. By 1957, when the Sputnik crisis convinced Americans that the Soviets were winning the Cold War, the foundation had gained enough stature to warrant a major expansion.
Since then, the National Science Board has influenced funding decisions for discoveries, including the first research station built at the South Pole by Operation Deep Freeze in the 1950s, the integrated circuit board in the 1960s, the scanning electron microscope and laser discs in the 1970s, DNA analysis in the 1980s, and the first web server going online at Stanford's Linear Accelerator Center in California in the 1990s. In 2002, the foundation-funded public TV series Dragonfly reached 25 million people. The work of the board and foundation has been central to the lives of millions of Americans for over 60 years.
The National Science Board is made up of 25 members, including the director of the National Science Foundation, who is an ex officio member. All members are appointed by the President and confirmed by the Senate. Board members are drawn from industry and universities from diverse geographic areas of the United States and represent a variety of science and engineering disciplines, such as biology, chemistry, geosciences, engineering, computer sciences, and mathematics.
The board meets about 5 times a year in an open public forum. Much of the background work of the board is done through its committees. By statute, the board has an executive committee, exercising functions delegated to it by the board, and 5 standing committees: the Committee on Audit and Oversight, the Committee on Education and Human Resources, the Committee on Programs and Plans, the Committee on Science and Engineering Indicators, and the Committee on Strategy and Budget. The board also has several subcommittees and task forces that work on special topics of interest.
The National Science Board has 2 important roles. First, it establishes the policies of the National Science Foundation within the framework of the applicable national policies set forth by the President and the Congress. The second role of the board is to serve as an independent body of advisors to both the President and the Congress on national policy issues related to science and engineering, research, and education.
As part of this second role, the NSF Act directs the board to produce a biennial report for Congress and the President on indicators of the state of science and engineering in the United States. This report, known as Science and Engineering Indicators, provides policy-neutral statistical data that is central to important questions for U.S. science and engineering policy.
The board sponsors 2 national honorary awards. The Vanderbilt Bush Award is presented to senior scientists for public service in science and technology, and the NSB Public Service Award is presented to one or more individuals and to a company, corporation, or organization in recognition of their contributions to increasing public understanding of science or engineering. The board also approves, along with the foundation director, the selection of the Allen T. Waterman Award recipient that recognizes an outstanding young researcher.
Working together, the board and the foundation will continue to promote the progress of science while advancing national health, prosperity, and welfare.
For more information on the National Science Board, go to www.nsf.gov/NSB.